Welcome back. Prime suspect in the Sheena Bora murder case, Indrani Mukerjea, has now been taken out of Byculla jail to be produced before the CBI magistrate court. Peter Mukerjea's son, Rahul Mukerjea, in fact, is also at the CBI magistrate court. These are live visuals that you're getting on your screen right now, where the main accused of Sheena Bora, and that's Indrani Mukerjea, who for the first time, in fact, has not really covered her face, and she is stepping out of that police van. She is the main accused in the murder of her daughter, Sheena Bora. She is going to be produced in the CBI court. This particular case has, seen several twists and turns. So clearly, the mystery is only being deepening with each passing day after, Peter Mukerjea, her husband, was arrested by the CBI after an intense round of grilling. And that is Indrani Mukerjea, who is walking out of the policeman. And now, of course, she has covered her face. She would be walking now to the CBI magistrate court, where she will be produced in a short bit, as her custody was ending today. Along with her, her former husband Sanjeev Khanna and Sham Rai, her driver's custody, is also ending. And Peter Mukerjea, he too is going to be produced in the CBI court, because the probe agency would now want to interrogate him as well for tampering of evidence, for misleading investigating agencies. That is a serious charge that has been made against Peter Mukerjea. Now, there have been a lot of inconsistencies that have been reported in Peter Mukerjea's statements as well. The lady you're seeing on the screen right now, for our viewers who have just tuned into India Today, is that of Indrani Mukerjea, who has been in police custody for the last few months, ever since she was made the main accused in the murder of her daughter, Sheena Bora, a daughter from an earlier relationship. Of course, we did hear Indrani Mukerjea's son, Bora, speaking to reporters a short while back, where he was reacting to the news of Peter Mukerjea being in the CBI's custody, saying that all he wants is for justice, and he's waiting for justice for his sister, Sheena Bora. And that is Indrani Mukerjea now, along with the police personnel there, lady constables who are taking her there. And we're seeing a very different, Indrani Mukerjea not really, covering her face and walking into that CBI court. She is going to be produced now. They, of course, will be wanting to extend her custody for further interrogation, now that they have Peter Mukerjea in the custody as well. This is first on India Today. Indrani Mukerjea, a short while back, this is the visuals of when she was leaving Byculla jail and she was being taken. And now, of course, she just has left the police van and is going to be produced in a short while rather. We have our correspondents getting us all the news and updates. This has been the most shocking, murder mystery that has baffled investigators across. We saw how Rakesh Maria, the former Mumbai police commissioner, who was personally involved in this particular case, of course, he was, later on replaced. Now we, of course, have a new Mumbai police commissioner. But then after the investigations, that was now the case, in fact, was transferred to the CBI, who have been now taking care of the Sheena Bora murder mystery. Kamlesh Sutar joins us for more on this. Kamlesh, we are just getting in these live pictures of Indrani Mukerjea walking out of the policeman. And, it's very interesting to see that Indrani Mukerjea is no longer really covering her face, and she was walking into the CBI magistrate court. And clearly, this case has seen another huge twist with Peter Mukerjea, her son, her husband rather, now being in the CBI's custody after his arrest.
Well, indeed, it's an important twist in the entire story. Peter's role perhaps would have been under the police scanner from day one. Peter yesterday was questioned, and now he will be presented in this court. Before that, Indrani, Sanjeev Khanna and the driver Sham Rai have been brought to the Esplanade court here. Their judicial custodians, and obviously the cops would be asking for the extension of the custody. But as far as Peter's role, as you mentioned, is concerned, is going to be the most crucial link to the entire mystery that is unfolding slowly. To put it simply, Peter's role perhaps could be summed up into 3 points, which led perhaps to his arrest. Is that whether he knew about the entire murder mystery? If he knew, why did he hide? And if he hid, what did was his role bigger than what is suspected at this point in time? So these questions would be answered. Rahul also was questioned till late last night, till early this morning, and that perhaps would also throw more light on what what exactly role of Peter Mukherjee would have been in the entire mystery. So they will be presented before the court, and it is interesting to see what facts does the CBI puts before the court as in to show why Peter was arrested, why they need to interrogate him into the custody. These all facts would be known. He would be brought in this court in some time. We'll have to wait and watch what the CBI puts forth in this court.
Oh, absolutely, Kamlesh. You know, this is a case that has seen so many twists and turns. It's been such a shocking murder mystery to say. But just tell me, Kamlesh, Peter Mukherjee has, against him some very serious charges of, destruction of evidence and misleading investigators. And they've also seen inconsistency in his statements. What could have really led the CBI now to slap those serious charges against Peter Mukherjee? I just want to connect the two here because his wife, Indrani Mukerjea, has been in jail now for quite some time. She's been in police custody for quite some time. Do you think probably, I know this is conjecture and speculative, but probably, Indrani Mukerjea must have, told the CBI something more that probably was not known of before?
Exactly. That perhaps could be the important fact that could have led to Peter's arrest. Peter's role was under suspicion. That's what we learned from our sources. Even when he was questioned for several hours in the Khar police station, primarily the first time when Indrani and others were arrested, other two suspects were arrested. In the case of Peter's statement, perhaps the flip-flops in his statements led to his arrest. There was no consistency in the statements that he was giving to the cops, and also ever since the case was transferred to the CBI has been regularly interrogating Indrani Mukerjea, and perhaps they might have certain crucial links, certain crucial evidences, circumstantial evidences that could perhaps link between Peter Mukherjea and Indrani Mukerjea. Remember, the first reaction of Peter Mukherjea was that he wasn't aware of any such facts. In fact, he said that he was not even aware of the exact relationship status of Indrani Mukerjea and Sheena Bora. But after a few days, he changed his statement and said that in fact Sheena did try to tell him once that she was not the sister, but in fact the daughter of Indrani Mukerjea. The statements varied on different point in time, but also there's another financial angle to it. Peter and Indrani Mukerjea ran a company, a multi-million company, which also led to suspicion of some money laundering angle. That also needs to be interrogated. Also, whether Peter did help him, if Peter was aware of all the mystery, whether did he help Indrani Mukerjea in carrying out the evidence or destroying the evidences. Remember, the car that was hired by Indrani to dispose of the body in Raigad, that car was hired from someone who knew Peter very closely. So that perhaps could also be the angle in the entire case. All these facts would come out, but these dots joined together will certainly lead to who exactly played what role, and particularly talking about Peter's role would be under suspicion, whether he knew, whether he played more than what the suspicion is at this point in time.
All right, absolutely. Clearly the investigating agencies there really trying to connect the dots, but I'm also seeing, very different Indrani Mukerjea, a change in her body language, not really covering her face as she is being produced in the CBI court as her custody ends today. This is Indrani Mukerjea, as you're seeing on your screens right now, who's the main accused in the Sheena Bora murder case.
Ni pa ma ga sa ni pa ma ni sa pa sa. जहाँ तक यादें याद आती रहेगी